Welcome back to Dinner Made Easy with Dina, and I'm Dina. Today we're going to be putting together a pasta salad for our summer picnic. Stay tuned. We're going to start off by putting some water in a medium-sized saucepan, and we're going to turn the heat up to high so that we can cook our pasta noodles. Now you can choose any kind of noodle you like. We also are putting together some water with some salt for our boiled eggs for this. And we're also salting the water for our pasta. Once the water boils, we put the eggs in the boiling water. When the water boils, we're going to put our pasta in. Now I'm using these twirly little pastas just because the sauce seems to get into those much better. And I thought it would look really nice for a change for our pasta salad. In we go. Now make sure you're cooking these per cooking instructions on the box. And I did cook these for about 9 minutes. We're not really big al dente fans, so that's what we did with ours. Next, I'm going to go over here and chop up some of the vegetables that we are going to be using in our pasta salad. Today, I have an English cucumber, and I took about 1/3 of that cucumber, and I'm slicing it into bite-sized pieces. Now, you can choose a zucchini. If you don't like cucumber, you can use a regular cucumber. Doesn't really matter, whatever you enjoy. We just want to make this a nice fresh salad, and it's going to taste so good outside when we have our barbecue. Next, I've got some cherry tomatoes, and I'm just going to half those cherry tomatoes and throw those in. Once again, if you're not a tomato fan, you don't have to put these in, but we really enjoy them. And as you can see, we've got quite a few. So if you're enjoying this video, guys, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. If you have not subscribed yet, I would appreciate it if you do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out the channel a lot. I don't think I mentioned yet, but we are doing this salad the day before we're going to have our picnic. And the reason we do that is so that all the flavors can meld together really well. Since this is a pasta salad, it will absorb the dressing that we're going to put on it. But it's just fantastic if you can allow it to set for a day before you serve it at your picnic. Now our next ingredient, you can decide if you want to use the green olives or the black olives. Either olive will do. And I was out of black olives, so I went ahead and went with the green olives, and they tasted so good in this salad. And now I've got some herbs here. I have some fresh basil. I'm going to take the basil after I slice up my cheese. And I have some mozzarella cheese. Now you can get the mozzarella cheese balls if you like that are in our deli section, or I just opted for the slices and I took them out of the package. And as you can see, I'm going to just slice those up. Doesn't matter, whichever you prefer. The ones in the deli department that are the little balls are marinated, and they have a lot of flavor on their own. I just didn't happen to have any, so I went with what I had. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my herbs, and I'm slicing very thinly my fresh basil. Oh man, does that taste good in this salad. And then it's got such great flavor. I sliced it, and then I just went over and rough chopped it a little bit and then add it right into my salad. If you have the fresh herbs, use fresh herbs. If you don't, the dried herbs will work, but the fresh herbs just give it such a wonderful flavor. Now I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons worth of fresh Italian parsley, and I did the same thing. I gave those a rough chop. Man, oh man, do those smell good. Those herbs are wonderful. Now I've got some salami, and if you're not a salami fan, you can use ham or you can use pepperoni, whichever you like, or just leave it out. But I'm just slicing it and dicing it. I'm going to add it right into the salad. And I just opted for only putting salami in as the meat for my salad. You can, like I said, you can do anything you want in this salad pretty much. But the key here is to make it a day ahead and the ingredients for the dressing. The pasta noodles are all done, and I'm going to rinse these in cold water so that they can cool down. And I'm doing the same thing with my eggs, And they were boiling for 7 minutes, and I let them sit on the stove for 7 minutes. Now let's get back to our dressing. So I put about 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, and I put 1/4 of a cup of red wine vinegar together. Depending on the size of salad, you might have to use more than the ingredients than what I used. I added about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I added 1/2 teaspoon of dried Italian herbs. Oops, my pepper got away from me, so I think that looks like it went in with about 1 teaspoon of pepper, but that's okay because we like pepper. And then I added about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm just going to stir that together. And believe it or not, making an Italian dressing is as simple as that. I did use red wine vinegar. Okay, now I'm going to put my noodles in there, kind of move those around a little bit. And as you can see, it's just starting to come together. Now, you don't have to use as many noodles if you don't want to. If you're watching those carbs, just add a little bit more vegetables and 1 cup of noodles. So now we're going in with our eggs, and I'm just slicing them. And these eggs turn out perfect every time. Like I said in my last video, this is the key to having great boiled eggs that come out of the shell. So let's go ahead and give that a stir, and then we're going to just kind of drizzle it around. But you know what? I know I'm going to need it all, so I went in with all of it. Give it a good stir. We are going to taste this, even though I'm going to put it in the refrigerator until tomorrow. But see how beautiful that salad is already. Oh man, and you should smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision. This smells so, so good. And you just gotta try it. You gotta give it a try. Get out of the box, try something new. Okay, let's give that a try. That looks wonderful. I gotta tell you guys, this is a good pasta salad. It's simple, it's to the point, it's good. If I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you give this a try. Have a great day.